Yaman was shocked Chung actually replaced him. His potential was boundless, truly limitless. A schoolgirl completely stunned by this asked, "Is Chung not showing any reaction at all? Is this how a real big shot truly acts?" At this very moment, other students yelled Chang's a damn cheater and demanded both Chung and Li Hong get expelled. They even wanted Yaman to void Chang's score. Then Yaman stepped up and yelled loudly. He demanded absolute silence from everyone. Instantly, all students shut up completely and covered their mouths with their own hands. Yaman asked Chung if he really aced the test. Chung was stunned. The voice came from behind. He wondered when Yaman got so damn close. Chung simply replied with a quick yes. Yaman smiled and said, hearing that answer, "That was a truly fantastic, great thing." Chung fully deserved first place total. Sung informed Yaman about Chang's fishy scores. There was obviously an issue with Chang's results. How could someone in last place win first? Jingjing agreed with Sung and yelled too. She wanted answers from Yaman immediately. The school can't teach them without clarity. They needed to understand what truly happened. The whole student body began shouting loudly. They demanded proof or called for Chung. That cheating scoundrel should be expelled. Yaman was absolutely furious. He yelled right back at all the students, calling them ignorant simpletons, like frogs stuck deep in a well. Yaman explained Chang's sudden first-place win. He was the sole examinee who beat the boss, the one who killed the hidden final boss. Chung beat an extra level 12 boss, so he earned first place fair and square. Do you think one of you fools deserves it more? Upon hearing this instead, Jing and Sunk were totally shocked. Wait, there's like a secret final boss. They'd never ever heard of something like that. And it wasn't in any textbook either. So how'd Chung even know about this thing? At that very moment, Su Wayne, the rocket class's homeroom teacher, had a thought. A weak kid from normal class got first place. This is a total slap in the face. Still doubtful though. Su Wayne thought Chung was cheating somehow. She had to expose his lies to everybody. Shukin jumped in and asked, "Well, in that case then, why doesn't Chung here tell everyone else how he summoned that secret boss?" Chung got mad and fired back. Why would he ever tell her that? Shukin stunned by this answer. Shocked, she asked what the other students wondered. Just like Shukin was the academy's youngest ever rocket class homeroom teacher in history, and Chung just disrespected her. They all believed Chung was screwed. Teacher Shukin was known to be tough. She would not ignore the disrespect. Sunk, hearing this, was devastated, drew his sword angrily and yelled, "How dare Chung disrespect Shu Kinman?" He challenged Chung to a duel right there. Infuriated by that blatant disrespect, every student cheered excitedly, telling Sunk to teach Chung a lesson. They wanted him to unleash their rage. Let Chung feel the might of the second strongest student in the entire school. Chung fiercely shot a weird look, asked, "Does Sunk think he's worthy to duel?" Chang's words were these. All other students were totally shocked and angrily started saying, "Senior Son challenged Chung to a duel," meaning Senior Son thought highly of Chung. They yelled at Chung a pretentious jerk, only talking smack and nothing else. Just then, Jingjing stepped up, touched Sunk's shoulder, asked if she and Sunk teamed up, would they be worthy to duel against him. Chung asked Jingjing in return, "Who is she?" Jingjing got mad, replying, "Does he not know her at all? She's Jingjing's school's beauty queen." Chung casually said, picking his nose. "Never heard of her," he said. Sunk got furious and yelled loudly. Chung was totally going overboard. If he disrespected rocket class students, there'd be consequences for him. Sunk demanded an arena duel with Chung. Keishikin thought to herself upon hearing this. The arena was where awakeners battled, and refusing a challenge meant totale réputation destruction, utter disgrace by everyone. Also, if Chung truly cheated to win, he'd be no match for Sunk at all. However, Chung smirked and said, since Sunk wants to die so badly, he'd gladly help him out. Yaman, observing Chang's reaction, thought Chang's temper was worse than his own. He realized this was a chance to see Chang's true power. Yaman then said, Sunk and Chung agreed to arena combat. He would make a place for them. An arena just rose from the earth. Yaman told Sunk to try his hardest and have zero regrets. Sunk firmly said yes. He then faced Chung. He wanted to see Chang's true power. Chung snapped at Sunk in return, told him quit yapping and don't delay. With not a moment to lose, Chung jumped in the arena fast and yelled to Sunk, let's get this fight going. Sunk, totally ticked by Chang's attitude, he went all out screaming, no backing out now, while rushing Chung. Sunk attacks with top speed. his natural-born talent activates. This power boosted his speed big time, 50% faster, making him way stronger now. The crowd went wild. They realized Sunk used the swordsman's special move, displacement totally unexpected from Senior Sunk. Senior Sunk's natural gift made this move incredibly strong. Nobody could see where Sunk went. Sunk taunted Chung, calling him all talk. Then he went after Chung. He yelled die, but Chung easily dodged it and smirked. He asked Sunk if that was all. What else you got? The students were stunned. Chung dodged it like it was nothing. They wondered how he pulled it off. They never saw Chung budge an inch. Maybe Chung unlocked Ranky transformation, boosting his reflexes and quickness, helping him sidestep Sun's hits easily. Sun said Chung dodging was pure luck. He attacked once more. Yelling this time, Chung can't escape his best combo. Sun strikes wide. Chung evades at something uppercuts. Chung blocks with his sword. Chang's airborne. Sun repositions himself above using displacement. Sun yells victory is his. Dives down to strike Chung. A huge boom rocks the place. Everyone believes Chung lost. Jingjing even grins impressed by Sun's attack. Sun laughs right now. His top speed leaves no one unharmed, he says. Sun can't even finish. Chung suddenly kicks him hard in the face, sending him flying. Su Qin's shocked, wondering what occurred. Yaman realizes his Chung assessment was right. Chung unleashes Ripple Slash with passive skill. Beats Sun. Chung says Sun's top speed's too slow. Next to his almost perfect agility, the students were completely stunned. They couldn't see clearly. The fight ended fast. Sunk by his sheer genius, defeated very quickly in under half a minute. Chen asked Jingjing if she still wanted to go. Afraid, Jingjing replied, no, really quickly. She realized she couldn't challenge him. The crowd started calling Chung sir. They admitted they wrongly accused him. They apologized and said Chung was their god. Li Hong asked the students then, surprised they're changing their minds so fast. Just a moment ago, they cursed Chung, now they worship him. They said they're pros respecting strength. Chung is the top genius in Jingxi. Girls were asking if Chung had a girl. If not, they wanted his number. Jingjing felt drawn to Chung. She didn't expect him to be that strong. She felt confused by a weird feeling. She found herself attracted to Chung. Meanwhile, Yaman thought to himself, Chung had amazing reaction time and skills. Chung was way better than him. Back when he was a kid, Yaman thought Chung might become legendary. Fifth-tier god Chung was truly gifted. A rising star worth any sacrifice. He had to stay in Jiangcheng. Yaman announced for the school. Cheng's performance was remarkable. He'd get 1 million blue Starbucks and be called Heaven's Pride student. Everyone gasped and yelled surprised. Vi Huang Suqin and John were extra shocked. Hearing Chung got the Heaven's Pride title, Chung smiled. He figured from everyone's reaction, the title appears very impressive. He ponders its monetary exchange value. Zhang explains that over 20 years have passed since a Heaven's Pride student was seen in Jiangcheng. That last student is now Tier 4 professional. A typical awakener could maybe only become a second-tier professional ever throughout their whole life in Jiangcheng. Just the education committee, Yemen, and some others made it to Tier 3. Zhang then quits talking completely. He knows that giving Chung this title will mean something really big. Sukin figures Chung is probably gonna at least be a Tier 4 professional someday. She's got to get Chung in the rocket class. If she teaches a future Tier 4 pro, she'll totally get major props. Sukin goes up to Chung, inquiring about his interest level in leading the top-tier rocket group. She proposed private tutoring for him. During the pre-exam month, the rocket class students were quite shocked and murmured, teacher, Sukin their goddess. They'd do absolutely anything at all, even die to get her private lessons. Chung appeared to have amazing luck. Instant success right into rocket class. Shockingly, though against expectations, Chung pulled his hand away from her and stated Su Qin could not teach him. Chen declared not just Su Jin alone, but no Jingxing teacher could teach. He inquired if they were all just bums. Su Jin angrily yelled, how could Chen, a mere level 14 deem her unqualified? Yaman calmly replied, saying it's alright, since class barriers can't be overcome, and make a good teacher. Yaman says after switching classes, students lose their main skills. Also, they lack vagrant skills and combos. Yaman concludes nobody nationwide can teach Chung anything, so his future is his to confront alone. Yaman tells Chung the vagrant path is filled with many challenges and hopes Chung won't have regrets. Kong replies he chose this path so he has no regrets. Kong is at ease, knowing he has the system's help. Yaman nods and approves. Since nobody can teach Kong, he'll let him learn by himself. He anticipates Chang's exam performance in the upcoming test, happening next month. Students were shocked at this news. It was a first-time occurrence. A student got special permission, an unheard of privilege. Girls found Chung more appealing. Chung thanked Yaman, then asked something. Yaman said, "Ask me anything, Chung." Everyone waited for Chang's question. Shockingly, Chung just asked about the million Blue Star bucks hitting his account. Later on, the scene changed. Chang's news was everywhere. Reporters interviewed Chung at school. They asked Zhang about Chang's plans. More specifically, Chang's college choice soon. They wondered why Chung picked Vagrant class. Reporters requested an interview with Chung. Zhang felt stressed, surrounded by reporters. He nervously said Chung wasn't at school. The scene changed to the Apocalypse Association. Chung entered and thought to himself that entering the apocalypse was simple. The process was pretty straightforward. Chang's verification was quick. Chung said that a century ago, monsters from the void invaded Blue Star and almost wiped out humanity. They then retreated voluntarily to fight back humanity, found the apocalypse mainland through a void crack where monsters came. This crack allowed human entry and to prepare for battle. The frenzied era soon began. The world entered the apocalypse mainland. Mainland China slowly turned into a war zone. Global awakeners fought to win and live. Only very strong awakeners could make it. In apocalyptic mainland China, Chung said school simulations were limited compared to apocalyptic mainland possibilities. Chung thought while teleporting there. He pondered over his goal. Reaching level 20 fast was most crucial, and acing the unified test using pure power. Chung showed up. The group landed on Shattered Islands. Suggested levels 13 through 18. Chung smiled, feeling pretty happy. It totally resembled his old apocalypse. Clear memories came flooding back. Folks were making announcements then, asking to team up with anybody, slay monsters, and gain some levels, inviting people to come join their group. Chung grinned at this sight, figuring newbies try hard grinding to level when they first get to the mainland. But his past life knowledge gave him a leg up. Chung naturally felt confident. He'd snagged this map's best hidden quest, the one with maximum reward for effort. The scene changed to a deserted, broken-down village. Chung found the hidden quest in a wrecked house. The system cheered Chung for his success. He got the hidden mission Disappearing Dark Shadow. Disappearing Dark Shadow, it was called. A 3.5 difficulty with unknown reward. Chung smirked at the hidden location. Nobody else could find it, he thought. This mission gave tons of experience points, plus a sweet extra reward on top. A super helpful newbie weapon to be had. The scene cut to Disastrous Beach next, where folks battled monsters. Suddenly other players attacked them. Raka yelled at someone named Ding Hong. He accused Ding Hong of breaking school rules. Ding Hong was stealing monsters and hurting others. He was also harming other people too. Ding Hong smirked at the rules and said he was just attacking the monsters simply. His magic couldn't tell friend from foe. His attacks had no eyes to see enemies. He then yelled loudly. All beach monsters belong to them. Raka's group better leave for their own good. Raka said it was public, not their property. Not Moling College's private land, he said. Ding Hong popped up behind Raka asking, what did Raka want exactly? What if Raka didn't back down, huh? Ding Hong was sure Raka couldn't kill one. Raka couldn't kill a single monster, he said. Raka's friends told him to leave now. They said with their current power, they couldn't catch a single monster, and they'd just be wasting time. Others pulled Raka back too. They urged him to go and explained. Ding Hong's team was from the 10th rank college. Moling College, that is. They were too strong for their squad to anger. After everyone left the fight, Xiao Yaren told Ding Hong a vagrant remained. Still killing monsters, Ding Hong looked and saw Chung, the special talent vagrant guy. He dismissed him as total trash. Ding Hong yelled angrily. He told his group to teach Chung a lesson. He used his taunting chains to strike. He told Chung, don't even try killing one monster. Ding Hong told his team to stick to the plan. He said he'd lure the monsters in, and they'd use Snowstorm to steal every kill, leaving Chung with 0 monsters. The mages simply said okay. Chung started wondering if Ding Hong wanted to use the mages to steal every monster kill with wide area attacks. Chung said even in the apocalypse, ownership rights still existed. Whoever lowered monster health first by a certain amount claimed ownership. With these ownership rights, Chung explained, other players got no rewards for killing the monster. Most people could not fight this. But Ding Hong was unlucky to meet Chung today. Chung used his basic skill, Flash Step. He thought to himself, triple their damage was needed to transfer ownership to him. Chung then knew he had to lower their health too, without changing the aggro target. To steal a monster, he knew changing aggro meant instant targeting. He'd be targeted immediately. As a close-range class, Chung couldn't kite enemies. He'd rely on their control skills. Their skills would help his plan. Raka told teammates to look up. A vagrant ran into the monsters. They wondered about Cheng's plan. Was Chung stealing from the mages? Dane Hong smiled. Cheng's showing off. Could a vagrant like Chung really do enough damage to regain ownership? It just happened. They could use the mage's big attack to get rid of him. The snowstorm freezes. It slows all affected monsters down. The system screen suddenly displayed a warning. It said apocalypse death means level decrease. This level drop is a penalty. Also, too many deaths mean no revival. Revival becomes impossible. Dingyong Mok Cheng. Cheng's asking for it, he says, so they're not to blame. Wei Jin asks if Chung will steal monsters. Ding Hong states, it's the fate of those who oppose their guild. In college, witnessing this, Raka's friends say it's expected. The noob's damage is way below the pros. Chung failed to steal anything, and he jumped into the fray. Everyone suddenly hears gunshots. Confused, Dingyong asks, what's happening? How did Chung survive? Others wonder how he lived too. This level of mage snowstorm combo could instantly kill any same level class. Ding Hong tells Xiao and Wei Jin more snowstorm. Frustrated, they must hurry and kill monsters. As the snowstorm casting commenced, Chung knew his rapid strikes triggered passive. Ripples / dodging snowstorm damage. Using snowstorm slow effect. Chung stayed put firing Gatling gun. Gatling gun's passive 25% chance. Every bullet could possibly activate it. Chung fired Gatling gun, eliminating monsters. Everyone shocked. Chung stole monsters. They wondered, perplexed by Gatling gun's high damage. 3 Mullen College students stunned. Ownership stolen by that bum. Chung surprised by Gatling gun damage. In mere seconds, she'd gotten 32 mutant turtle things. Chung thanked Ding Hong and others for the assist. Ding Hong, now totally furious, considered making Chung pay the price. Watching this unfold, everyone laughed at Ding Hong's crew, calling them stupid. They couldn't steal the beast, but help someone else take them instead. It was really quite satisfying. Overhearing fellow college kids' remarks, Ding Hong got mad and was going to do something. Zhou Yiren stopped him, advising against rashness, saying Cheng's damage output was huge, bigger than all theirs put together even. So they should probably be careful. Ding Hong was speechless at this point, so he and his group started leaving. Walking off, he said he'd remember Cheng's name, and they'd definitely cross paths once more. Upon hearing that, Chung fiercely asked did he say they could go. Ding Hong is now stressed, tells Chung they took all monsters and are leaving him the spot. He asks Chung what more he could want. Chung says it's easy. He'll give them 60 seconds to surrender every item, just farm, or they must level up from scratch. Wei Jian yells Cheng's gone too far. Cheng's big damage means nothing. Even a mutually assured destruction fight, they will not yield anything. Wei Jun welds a fireball. Raka nervously asks, is it a fireball? Wei Jun's top school explains that. Someone else says, Cheng's skills earlier looked decent. Ultimately, he's a nobody. He can't handle that strong attack. Shockingly, Chung doesn't budge. While Wei Jin was casting fireball, Chung appeared to await its completion, planning to counter once fully formed. Wei Jin saw Chung motionless, chuckled, and asked if Chung felt scared. Noting Chung had not budged an inch, he thought Chung was tough. But Cheng's a useless nobody, lacking actual combat skills. As Wei Jin hurled the fireball, Chung donned boxing gloves and dodged swiftly. Then he quickly punched Wei Jin hard. Chung instantly kicked Wei Jin airborne, sending him flying really far. Wei Jin, now enraged, asked if Chung dared to shame him. He wasn't finished with Chung before Wei Jin could act further. Ding Hong yelled out, asking if Wei Jin wasn't embarrassed enough yet. Ding Gabed Wajaneslut, and approached Chung. Ding Hong told Chung they acted rashly and hoped Chung would accept the stuff. Chung took it, but secretly loved getting 120 tails, thanks to time-saving idiots. Chung said Ding Hong and friends could go. Ratcha was shocked, asked if Chung was truly a bum. After beating those Mulan students, all the other kids there asked Chung about teaming up, offering him leadership. A girl yelled, "What team are you talking about?" God Cheng's clearly collecting stuff. She told everyone move for the god. They all agreed and left. Chung felt happy about this. It was just like his old world, within the apocalypse's mainland. Only strength determined the ultimate ruler. Just for now, however, Chung felt relieved nobody would bother him, as he kept amassing the mission's components. To finish the Dark Shadow mission specifically, Chung required 400 flatback sea turtle tails. He still needed 239 more he knew. Chung would grind through the whole night. The next day then quickly arrived. Chung finally got all 400 tails. Exhausted, he mumbled quietly, "This hidden mission really drains you." But he gained a level at least. Chung checked his stats and noticed, after assigning all 6 agility points, his agility just passed 100. With 10,000 combat power, Chung knew this was something many knew. First-year students couldn't accomplish. With everything prepared, Cheng's mission time had come. He'd get the newbie weapon. The scene changed to Moling University. Ding Hong and Magi were talking. Xiao asked Ding Hong about overreact to handle just a bum. Ding Hong asked Xiao what she knew. Chung was a fellow student, yes, but he moved real weird. So to completely get rid of Chung required caution. Ding Hong asked Xiao about her task's progress. Xiao replied, someone was watching Chung already. Escape was impossible. Wei Jun said he contacted the top 30 freshmen, respecting Ding Hong. They all agreed to help out. Ding Hong commended their efforts. They only lacked a single person now, he said. Jiao inquired nervously. Was Ding Hong referring to the top scorer? Gu Yunfei, Ding Hong confirmed. Yunfei possessed S-rank talent and magic. He also had plentiful magic power. Yunfei reached level 21 in a year. He became the best new student undoubtedly. Wedger interjected. Rumors about Yunfei being arrogant circulate. He would not lift a finger to help anyone. Could Ding Hong recruit someone like that, he wondered. Ding Hong responded with a question. Who would ever decline money? If Yunfei wasn't interested in money, he added, simply offer him a larger sum. Later, Yunfei was seen training. Ding Hong observed and commented, Yunfei is Moling University's top student for a reason. Heaven's pride. To utilize exploding fireball skill so well. Yunfei displayed his expertise. He then noticed Ding Hong and said this place was deserted for months and nobody ever visited. Yunfei also wondered about the purpose of Shanghai's richest family's young master, the Ding family, approaching him. Ding Hong said since Yunfei knew him, he would be upfront. He shared he had a combat strategy and wanted Yunfei to participate. Before Ding Hong finished, Yunfei said he wasn't interested. Ding Hong yelled he wasn't done talking, and he didn't expect free help from Yunfei. Ding Hong then inquired if Yunfei had his second class change yet. He offered Yunfei full support, giving him every resource for completion. Yunfei firmly refused, however. As Yunfei began leaving, Ding Hong anxiously told him to hold. He admitted honestly he'd planned on requesting assistance to teach some kid a harsh lesson. He'd accept Yunfei's terms completely. Ding Hong said Chung bullied them badly. Yesterday Chung was just level 14. Cheng's power was unbelievable, he added. Their combined might even. All three together was insufficient to even oppose Chung. Yunfei still told Ding Hong to move. Ding Yong Sudoni Yilid. Cheng's a bum, he declared to Yunfei, and beat all three of them, despite his low status. Yunfei inquired upon hearing this. What a bum, he then grinned, remarking how intriguing. He'd always believed every provincial student in his grade was garbage. But now, though, he'd found a rival worth his time. The scene changed to Chung entering a fishing shop. Inside, he told the owner, Jiohe, he wanted to see their finest rods, and also the best bait. Chung figured tail collecting was the secret mission's first part. Next up, he had to get great fishing gear to proceed. Luckily, Chung got 100 gold coins from those dummies, saving him the hassle of exchanging Blue Star cash, earned as his school reward. Joey informed Chung every item in the shop was priced. Once Chung decided what he needed, he could tell him and he would fetch it. Just then, Joey thought Chung was another clueless newbie loaded with cash. He assumed Chung likely was unaware fishing gear importance lay in the bait effectiveness. With the rod, Xia thought to himself that only an amateur would request the priciest items. After checking prices, Chung told Xiao his bait was subpar, so he would need to settle. Chung then asked Xiao for a fancy black bamboo fishing rod and good bloodworms. Hearing this, Joey was floored. He wondered how, in under a minute, Chung picked the store's best gear. Like he knew fishing equipment already. Joey thought Chung might be a pro fisherman. Even if Chung fished since he was a baby, Joey thought it was still impossible to know so much about fishing stuff. Xiao then introduced himself, saying Cheng's unique style made him wonder if Chung came from a fishing family. Chung said, "No way, it's the apocalypse." Fishing was barely even a hobby, he said. He thought the owner misunderstood him. This gear combo was basic in his old world. Beginner stuff everyone basically had. Giovanni told Chung he could tell Chung really knew good equipment, so he offered Chung a price cut. Just 10 gold coins for everything total. Deep down inside, Julie figures even if Cheng's family's not fishing famous, he's certainly not just anybody average. Since Joe can be Cheng's buddy, there's zero downside to it. Yao shakes Cheng's hand and tells Chung to bring good catches later to sell at this shop here. Joe guarantees no losses for him. Later at the wrecked beach scene, all fight the monster for its tails. Cheng's at the shore meanwhile. He has turtle tails and fishing tools now. But one thing is still lacking. Chung recalls his previous life, that small island overseas. A unique strong baddie spawned every 72 hours, close to beginner town, but most newbies couldn't beat it, so few would even bother going. Chung needs a drop from that tough enemy. It lets him breathe underwater to guarantee mission success. Vanishing Dark Shadow, this thing's a must-have. Everyone's shocked someone jumped in the sea. Chung says everyone should know this. Maximum underwater time on Apocalypse mainland is just 2 minutes. If you go past the time limit, you'll lose 10% of your max health every second regardless of total health. You only last 10 seconds before you drown. Plus, being in the water draws many monsters, adding to Apocalypse mainland's death penalty under usual conditions. Nobody jumps in the water carelessly. Outsiders gossiped about Chung, calling him awesome. It's way more risky underwater there. They've never seen a newbie swim alone. Is Chung not scared of strange monsters? Meanwhile, 2 siblings, Mike Tyson, secretly watching Chung. Mike asks Tyson if considering that sea entry is dangerous, they should follow Chung and venture in with him. Tyson replies that danger brings fortune, fame. Xiao Yaren's reward provides years of comfort, luxury. Tyson adds that he knows this sea area lacks threatening creatures. Let's immediately find a hidden spot to enter. Mike affirms yes. The scene changes to a shattered archipelago island. Chung is going somewhere. Tyson says just hail Chung. This tiny island takes 10 minutes to run around completely. Tyson says getting closer risks exposure. Xiao Yaren pays too much. Cheng's power should not be taken lightly. Tyson tells Mike to not engage Chung directly. Mike says he understands completely, as long as they stay hidden by the rock. Chung won't escape their watchful eyes. Whenever he chooses to come back, Chung arrives at the summoning spot and starts summoning the demon. Chung obtains a beginner's staff. The summoned thing is sticky radioactive dust, an elite level 18 magic element. Chung greets the monster by saying, "It's been a while," as a response. The dust monster roars and rushes Chung, immediately launching an attack. Chung sees its corrosive mud and is shocked. The dust monster used a super strong move right off the bat. Just then, Chung thinks if he remembers things right, getting hit by that mud slows you down 30%, plus 50 points of damage reduction. It is a stackable double debuff. Chung moves fast cause one hit is bad. His attack power would drop by half. Getting hit is not an option. Chung uses a long sword to attack the goo. He slashes the radioactive dust beast. His ripple slash goes passive, and he keeps relentlessly attacking. The gooey beast howls then smokes. Chung knows it's a radioactive cloud and warns about its poisoning effect. Health will constantly decrease each second. Kong fires his Gatling gun. This boss monster excels at wide attacks. Close range attacks are hard to land, but its weakness is slow movement. Its deadly flaw, with a Gatling gun on passive. Chung shoots at the boss. A boom happens. Chung takes down the big baddie. He then obtains a water vine staff thing. Chung grabs it, grins happily. Its effects like his old world, he claims. Kong believes his prep is finally finished. Time to snag that vanishing dark thing. A tough, brutal fight's coming next. It's the novel's top secret super boss after all. Chang's past preparations, you see, were to up his odds of mission success. Chung sees the brothers while heading back. He's like, how since yesterday, man? These sneaky punks have tailed me non-stop. Chung figures since they're so patient though, better make him wait some more, right? He dives and activates water vine thing. Now he can breathe underwater forever. Hours pass, we see a new scene now. Mike and Tyson emerge from the water sopping. Mike's done, he just can't take it. For hours past, his skin's getting wrinkly. Mike asks if Chung maybe took off already. Tyson says no way, impossible. Only open ocean beyond this isle. Across from the tiny island's shore. Chung must pass our way to get back. He's got to go through us to leave. Mike asks why not go check things out. Maybe monsters up there did him in. Perhaps they already offed Chung. Tyson says if that happened, they can claim the credit for it. After searching a while, still no Chung, they wonder where he is. They looked all over this island. Chung is completely invisible. They're totally baffled, perplexed. How the heck did Chung escape? They call Xiao Ye and it's bad news. Chung slipped away right under their noses. They trembled then. Mike nervously asked about the anger god. He declared the deal void. He was absolutely not proceeding further. The scene shifts to a later moment. At Shattered Archipelago Fishing Ground, Chung finally shows up. Chung believes his setup is complete. Next he must go fishing. To trigger the mission's next stage, Chung recalls something. The vanishing dark shadow fishing hole is right here. Chang's shocked to find a fisherman. Already there, Chung tries checking him, but he cannot. He's stressed, wondering how's that workable. In Apocalypse Mainland truly, if levels are vastly different, lower players can't see higher player stats. Old man Akash suddenly asked if Chung was fishing too. If so, come sit with him. Chang's shocked by the invite. Akash says young folks being cautious is good, but just like Chung already knows, he could easily crush Chung right now. So if Chung wants to fish, he can join him. Chung agrees and fishes. He'll fish till Akash leaves, he thinks. Then he can finish his mission. Seeing Chung, Akash wonders how Chang's not arrogant or falsely humble, not embarrassing himself before Akash. Shows Chang's pretty gutsy. In 2 minutes, Chung gets an 8-pound carp. Chung smiles, says he's pretty lucky, getting an 8-pounder first try. Chung thinks back in his old world. His fishing skills were top-notch. Akash says Chang's luck seems good. Just a minute later, Chung snags another one. Then another 2 minutes later. Akash is shocked, yells out loud. He asks Chung how he's catching so much fish. He says he fished all afternoon there and hasn't gotten anything yet. He wonders just how Chung does it. This goes on. Chung catches many more fish. Akash says he would have never imagined that after ruling the fishing scene for years, he'd encounter a pro like Chung. Akash asks Chung to teach him some tricks. He would really appreciate that very much. Upon overhearing, Chung notes his skills are pathetic. Akash can claim to be some big shot, having dominated fishing for so long. Chung muses its delusional passion. Chung makes some fishing suggestions as he's sharing what he knows. Minutes fly by as he's heard. Akash laughs, then commends Chung, remarking on his truly impressive nature, especially given his young age. Chung possesses extensive fishing expertise, which is unexpectedly quite admirable. Akash's face suddenly shifts. He notes to Chung his observations indicate more than Chang's fishing prowess. Stands out his overall abilities do. His personal skills seem superior. Akash wants to evaluate Chang's capacity. He goes aggressive to gauge him. He questions Chang's vagrant lifestyle choice. Chung readies his Gatling gun super fast, instantly prepared for a showdown. Chung grins and asks why not a vagrant life. Upon hearing that, Akash gets it with such unique skills. A vagrant Chung would still achieve greatly. He's bound for success most only imagine. Akash asks Chung to be his mentor. Chung thanks Akash for the kind offer, but he'd rather go solo. Akash respects Chang's choice and says if Chung ever reconsiders, he's always welcome. Akash gives Chung a ring. If he's in trouble, contact him. Reach out to the Management Association. Anytime necessary, Stephen ring. Chang's tense, asking what year it is. Still using rings for messages. Next scene shows a group chat. Mike and Tyson know where Chung is. They got news about his location. Javanard wants everyone at Tanhai Cities Association. Scene changes to the Management Association. Everyone's shocked seeing Ding Hong, and other VIPs are here. Everyone's stressed, wondering why top university kids are being molded. are visiting Tanhai City's management. They start gossiping about Ding Hong and Yun Fei right before entering the apocalypse. Ding Hong believes Chung will absolutely die this time. He tells Yun Fei, soon everything depends on it. It's all up to Yun Fei in a few minutes. Yun Fei is thinking he'll let these dummies test things out first. If Chung is really tough, like Ding Hong says, he might have a cool fight with Chung. As they all enter the apocalypse, a management worker named Su Jiangli. He was told Ding Hong arrived with 20 minutes. They entered the apocalyptic continent. Xiao inquired if something major was happening. Xiangli tensed up hearing this. He ordered Xiao to follow and report back instantly if anything important occurred. After the call ended, Ding wondered anxiously why the Ding family kids only caused trouble. They couldn't let Ding Hong make another mess. The scene cut to Chung, who still needed 39 taels to catch the shadow. Chung thought it was impossible. He used 400 taels to get the shadow, his all-time high in his past life. Chung also thought a former emperor like himself couldn't have become a mere tribal leader. Ding Hong suddenly showed up, greeting Chung. He said Chung couldn't fish much longer, it seemed. Seeing Ding Hong, Chung smiled, asked if he was one of those three dorks. Chung asked if Ding Hong needed backup, because he couldn't handle him solo. Chung remarked he never would have thought prestigious Moling University had such a weird tradition. Seeing Chung Yun Fei was completely stunned. He thought the coming fight would be really cool. Ding Hong yelled super loud. Chung offended their Moling University. So did he think he could get away? Ding Hong said that starting right then, they'd keep killing Chung down to level 1. But Chung shockingly somehow caught the dark shadow fish monster in the secret mission. Chung pulled it out. Everyone freaked out, wondering what it even was. They asked if that was the hidden monster. Did Chung just really reel that thing in? The shadowy fish was a monster Prince Najak, a big level 22 elite boss leader type. Yun Fei, observing this, felt a little stressed. A huge level 22 elite boss type guy. Even I would struggle to kill it solo. He also then started wondering if Prince Najak appearing was Chang's fault. Wang got hyped up and told Ding Hong, this boss is super incredibly rare, dude. Plus, they also had brought tons of people. After they finally killed the big boss, awesome loot would surely drop for sure. Chung smiled hearing this and yelled out, Wage ones, right about the sweet loot drops. But to get you gotta stay breathing. Then he threw fish tails right at them all. As tails flew, Prince Najak jumped to the fight. Everyone tensed up except for Yun Fei, though, who quickly used Ice Seal to hold Najak down. Yun Fei yelled in place, telling all to strike the boss now. Ding Hong lauded Yun Fei mid-attack. Only Yun Fei's prowess stalls Prince Najak. Ding Longrili exclaimed, Cheng's betrayal is really awful. You'll take folks to eliminate Chung initially, then circle back and assist the rest. People advancing towards Chung. He promptly surveyed the whole scene. 3 magic swordsmen halted his motion. 3 mages prepped attacks from behind. Ding Huan's fancy moves were pointless, completely ineffective against Chung. He brandished his spear weapon and triggered the wide, sweeping skill. Immediately following that, Chung switched to shurikens for throwing. Mages were getting struck. A worried Ding Hong pondered what's up. Chung switched to a single-hand sword and used the full moon slash. Everyone watched Cheng's quick weapon swap tensely. Despite Chung being a vagrant class, easy weapon switching shouldn't be possible. They also remembered facing other vagrants who took double the time to switch weapons. Unlike Chung, Cheng's effortless method was baffling. Prince Najak grew even angrier. The boss's health got way too low. His control was taken away. Berserk Phase 2 started. Prince Najak slammed the ground angrily, breaking it while yelling. He told everyone to join his prison. Everyone fell in the water then. Chung felt relieved. He was glad Phase 2 was here. Water was Cheng's territory. The system's display showed something. Prince Najak entered Phase 2. 30 seconds of invincibility. Remaining Steam data displayed. Wei Jun asked Hong anxiously, what should we do? This place sucks for us. Nobody can stay underwater too long. Every 2 minutes we need air. Xia Yiren suggested to Ding Hong, skip killing Chung and leave now. Najak will for sure kill Chung anyway. Ding Hong had a thought then. This is awful after so much work. Bringing everyone to this apocalypse. We face a bizarre boss. Is heaven even helping Chung now? This ain't right, Ding Hong thought. Yun Fei told the group you can all go, but I'm gonna go see Chung. Ding Hong felt relief upon hearing this. He thought having Yun Fei meant a chance. They still had an opportunity, he declared. We're very uncomfortable right now. Chung must feel the same way too. Ding Hong chose to postpone killing Prince Najak. They'd concentrate on eliminating Chung only. He vowed double rewards for Cheng's death. Everyone would get paid twice as much. Excited, they all rushed to kill Chung. However, Chung just smiled and thought to himself, they're trying to kill me on my own turf. Great. Despite this, everyone kept attacking Chung. Just then, Chung noticed the boss's timer was ending. He couldn't keep relying on their help, or he'd face trouble in the water himself. When Chung vanished, Ding Hong wondered, was Chung seeking his own demise? He figured folks could hold their breath 2 minutes top, but with Chung swimming so deep down there, could he ever really surface again? Prince Najak's invincibility just wore off, and he unleashed a mighty roar. Ding Hong tensed up at that roar sound. He'd totally forgotten down in the water. Chung wasn't the scariest thing around. Prince Najak was the real sudden danger. Out of nowhere, Prince Najak's whirlpool hit hard. A huge tornado formed, sucking everyone. They struggled just to keep their heads up. Folks wondered what freaky force this was. It made them lose all control over themselves. Ding Hong felt even more freaked out now. He knew if they got swept out to deep sea, they wouldn't escape in just 2 minutes' time. As everyone began to drown quickly, little Yun Fei, on the other side though, used his fireball to strike at Prince Najak. The damage inflicted was minimal though, barely affecting the strong boss at all. Yun Fei was shocked, wondering how's this possible. Even as a level 21 guy, used maximum power casting explosive fireball. The damage output generated was not even 50% as usual. Even Ding Hong became stressed. Everyone discussed their current skill set. They cannot oppose Prince Najak. Escaping was their sole survival chance. Ding Hong said Chung will die in deep sea. They better retreat immediately. Yun Fei agreed he'll fight Chung later. He advised falling back right now. Everyone started rising above water. Prince Najak roared, "You angered me, wanna run." No way. Prince Najak unleashed freezing current, freezing everyone solid in place. They tensed up, finding themselves immobile. Gradually, they got a no oxygen notification. 10 seconds left till death. Ding ong yilid Cheng. Hold on, I'll reply. We're not finished. Abruptly, he saw Chung. Shocked, he shouted. How then vanished. Ding Hong screamed at Chung. You'll die painfully. With all gone, Chung told Prince Najak. With a last 2 steam. Chung. Prince Najak surprised attacked, freezing. Chung blocked with telekinetic shield fast. Dodging, Chung closed in with voyage boots. Cheng activated voyage boots for increased speed as he ran. He mused, I'm just level 15, but wearing these boots gives me the 10 attribute points boost. Makes my stats almost level 17. Chung grabbed a one-handed sword and spoke, adding a 1.5 spellbender bonus. I can match a level 25 stats. Prince Najak was held back. His attack power greatly increased. Chung seized the moment and stabbed Prince Najak hard, inflicting serious damage back. Prince Najak, enraged, vowed Cheng's death. Chung switched to Gatling gun, firing away. Unloaded every bullet. Prince Najak's health dropped to 101. Chung felt a thrill of excitement, knowing he could finish the fight now. Prince Najak yelled furiously, damn humans will not take anything from me. He'd bring Chung down too. Chung laughed, can Najak even live? Before closing in quickly then, Chung threw a rock at Prince Najak. Before Najak could have reacted, he was eliminated and the shuriken began circling. The system said congrats to Chung on the hidden mission. Dark Shadow vanished and he hit level 17. As a resulting reward, Chung got a chest with good loot inside. Chung climbed from the water then, and when that chest was opened up, the system said congrats on an epic accessory. The title charm specifically. A system message showed the item level wasn't minimum to even be able to equip it, but it was a value matching the item's total power. Higher values mean higher quality items. For items without a required level basically, there'd be 0 restrictions on actually using. Chung grinned devilishly and he spoke. Now possessing the title charm then, I've got another ace up my sleeve. He said soul shock affects all beings. It bypasses levels and limits. Chung saw that with title charm, equal level foes would be no match. He could even fight much stronger foes. 10 levels up the scene, changed to Jingsi. At the Education Bureau, Wan Tian Feng, a level 3 guy, yelled he opposed Cheng's recommendation. From Jiangcheng High School No. 1, Li Tian, also level 3, inquired. He smashed Jiangcheng's best record, reaching level 14, unheard of. So who else deserves it then? Tidying, replied Chang's, gifted he admitted, but without a class change yet. Chung picked the vagrant path. He exclaimed annually. Jiangsheng City gets one recommendation. How can they give it to Chung? He's got no future. That's why I totally disagree. There's no way I'll ever agree. Li Qian stood up yelling. Everyone knows Tan Feng's beef with the education commissioner. Did Tin Fong need to get even, pretending it's for the public? Suddenly Vivek clapped, saying, this is really easy to fix. Initially, the spot was for Fengi High's Li Doyo. Li Doyo, Vivek continued speaking. Lido hit level 12 in the exam and awakened an S-rank berserker power, becoming a warlock. Vivek added with this combo. Feng Weihai's a top-tier awakener, but then Chang just showed up. Everyone has now reconvened. To discuss this again, Vivek inquired, why not let Chung and Li Delu duel? Winner gets the recommendation. Sounds good. The scene shifts to the fishing shop. Xiao apologized to Chung for the weight. Jia said he weighed all the fish, a whopping 734 pounds total. Xiao asked if Chang's a fishing god reborn, offered Chung a 30% raise, told him to count the prize money. Chung thought, not bad, 48 gold coins. The Apocalypse mainland is treasure-filled. Chung heard the TV then. A reporter at Jianxin College reporting. Breaking news surprised. Chung asked about Jianxin College. Xiao asked if Chung knew it. Said it's been all over the news lately. He says Jianxin College and Fengwei College have an inter-school competition going on to win a recommendation slot. Confused Chang wonders about the recommendation and this whole inter-school competition thing. Chang looks at his phone call history, wondering why nobody told him about this. Chung is shocked. Opening his phone, he sees 99 missed calls from John Lei. Chung laughs, realizing why he was clueless. Great last exam scores led to spam calls, so he activated Do Not Disturb mode because he kept getting so many spam calls. Chung decides to see what is happening. The reporter says the competition has two parts, a team battle for 10 points and duels for 20. Most points at the end wins the recommendation and gets that recommendation spot. The team battle is 5 versus 5. One match decides the whole thing. The schools must each send 20 players for the duel. One by one, they'll fight till one side has no one left. The announcer speaks in the battle arena, requests a big round of applause from everybody to welcome the team battle contestants to the stage. Jianshan College has a grappler on their team, a major priest also, a berserker, and Gunner Fengwei has a swordsman, a knight and an assassin, a mixed martial artist, and a warlock too. The crowd cheers for Jingjing, but they're nervous about Fengwu's star player, Lu Duyo, who's already level 12. Some think Chung is better than Lu Duyo. However, they're confused, haven't seen Chung in days. Feng asks Seaman if Chang's too scared. Yaman tells Tian Feng not to worry. He thinks Chung will show up to fight. Idwa asks Jingjing about the amazing Chung. Is it garbage or Jianshan College rejects? Who would bother competing against him? Lu Doya says Yinjing College is nothing special. Just like this right now, in this moment. Jingjing wonders where Chung ran off to anxious. A recommendation is at stake right now. How can Chung just sit there and do nothing? Jingjing tells the team the battle plan. Mage stays back, she says to the group. Protect the priest from sneaky assassin attacks. Don't let the enemy assassin get our priest. Fengwei College brought no healers to this fight. Jianshan College will target their priest first. When she provides cover, fire shortly. Grappler and Berserker must attack together. They have to rush Ledoyo quickly. Disrupt his spell casting as much as possible. Leichan announces the match officially starts. The match begins immediately now. Fengwei College attacks Jian College right away. The reporter begins discussing the game. He mentions knowing senior sister Jingjing. Her A-rank talent solely controls firepower, boosting her gun skills firepower by 25%. She's totally outclassed the front enemies. The grappler can now seize this chance, and Li Doyu will encounter trouble. But as the grappler attacks Li Doyu, the knight steps in. He intercepts and attacks the grappler. Fengwei's assassin then uses invisibility to sneak up behind Jingjing. Noticing the assassin disappear, Jingjing quickly warns to defend the priest. The priest nervously tells Jingjing look back. When Jingjing turns around, it's too late. She's attacked, but she survives by counterattacking. Jingjing is now confused, asked why she's the target, not the priest. Li Doyi says she's got it all wrong. Jingjing's main fighter is a gunner. Li Doyi throws a lightning ball at Jingjing. It'll clearly take 3 seconds to charge. Everyone's shocked and wondering out loud. A big attack like that lightning ball normally takes 5 seconds to charge. This is crazy, it makes no sense. A magic user with such a fast cast time. How can anyone compete with that? Seinfering laughs, I'll explain everything. Kyan says Li Wei has an S-rank talent called Berserk casting. It cuts all spell casting times by 30%. As Li Doei attacks Jingjing, the priest tries to shield her. But Li Doei laughs, tells Jingjing don't run. My lightning ball's already locked on you. Finally, Jingjing struck by lightning and falls down. Witnessing this, she's hurt. Sukin's shocked and rushes to save Jingjing. He says there's no need to fight further. She grieves if they don't heal Jingjing fast. Jingjing might die, so they quit. Li Doei begins laughing at this. Jingjing's lost its best player, he claims, and that Jingjing's too afraid to show. He says this signifies Jinsheng will surely fall to Fengyu. Jinsheng lost the team fight, the reporter states. Jingjing's collapse caused Jinsheng's defeat. Later on, the scene changes. The duel match scores 18-4. Fengyu College has won 18 rounds, while Jinsheng's only taken 4. Currently, Fengyu's Wang Dila is up. A level 10 berserker against Jinsheng's Jiangxi Shi. A level 10 swordsman they're now battling. The Jiangjing crowd was scared and stressed. They thought it was finished. They had lost 18 straight duels already, and losing 2 more meant total defeat. They would be totally beaten. Meanwhile, Fengyu College had 15 unused players. Li Jiao was just way too powerful. He won 8 matches straight, breaking records before finally leaving. Even if Cheng came now, victory seemed impossible to the crowd. Titan Feng says Yamen could yield now and save some face. Yamen says it's not finished. Tianfeng says he never thought he'd see Yamen worried. Yamen was worried. Tianfeng agreed and said they should enjoy this and observe amazing Fenghua College performance. Meanwhile, Zhang Lei kept calling Cheng, stressed out, wondering why Cheng's phone unanswered. Wang daily inquires of Shashi, how during this college crisis so huge, Cheng still refuses to appear, saying so. Wang daily then strikes Xiao. He orders her to quickly leave. She falls down hard, but just as she nears the ground, Cheng appears, suddenly catching her. Witnessing this very moment, everyone's in total shock. What's Cheng Chima Cheng up to? Cheng tells Jia Jixi, I'll handle it. Seeing Cheng, Jianxing students get excited. They feel Cheng can avenge their college. And surely when they start chanting loud, they urge Cheng get revenge now. Wang Daili asks Cheng something. Are you Jianxing College's amazing bum that everybody's been hyping up? But it's way too late, he says. Cheng's loss to him is inevitable. Wang declares this and charges at Cheng, yelling, accept your fate now. Cheng calmly pulls out the Gatling gun, though, and blasts Wang, leaving him dazed and defeated. Cheng cockily asks who's up next. Who wants to battle now? Everyone murmurs amongst themselves. Shocked by Cheng's instant Wang delay beatdown. How is this even real, they wonder. Cheng's 4 levels higher than Wang delay, sure, but a one-shot kill shouldn't be doable. Right now, though, a student tells everyone check Cheng's info quick. Upon seeing Cheng's info page, they're stunned. He's now level 17 vigilant. They all ask in total disbelief. It's only been like 3 days since that secret realm tag. So Cheng leveled up daily then. Jiang Cheng's students now believe a comeback victory is possible. Everyone chants Senior Cheng's awesome. Canafin's shocked Cheng's level 17. He asks if Cheng's just a vagrant. How'd he level up so quickly? Chen Feng asks Yamen if this was planned. Yamen smiles and says he didn't expect this. Yamen thinks he got Chen's message. He actually did receive it, confirming Chen's timely arrival. But he didn't expect Chen at level 17 already. Latian says Yamen's the most patient. He asks if Yamen held jokers, watching opponents brag about straights. Was he? The scene changes to the fight. A new Gaija look. Level 10 assassin steps up. He introduces himself, then asks Cheng for tips. Deep down, Luigi thinks it's unfair, despite it being the same competition. Why did his team fight total noobs and show off on this big stage, while he's facing someone like Chun? But it's Luke's turn to face the monster. Cheng tells Luke to hurry up, he's in a rush. Luke thinks he can only use secret tactics. He charges at Cheng, hoping they'll work. Luke uses stealth to attack Cheng, but Cheng counters with eagle step quickly to evade and strike back in one move. Cheng easily beats Luki. A boy in the audience says, so that's how it is. They can draw hidden foes with AoE. He asks why their teachers never taught them this fighting technique. The others agree to talk to Cheng. He's hoping for some wisdom to be shared. Dong Lei then realizes why the school backed Chung big time. They cultivated a total powerhouse figure. It's the best way to inspire students to fight, to really get them fired up. Chang's rise brings strength. It's a morale boost. It's a huge morale boost for everybody. In just 10 minutes, things changed quickly. The scoreboard shows 19, all tied. Both schools now have 19 points. Li Wei's napping in the lounge peacefully. Matu from Fengwu College, a student, runs in yelling something bad happened. Li Doyo, annoyed, asks, can't he see that he was trying to get some rest? What's the big deal? Why's he gotta cause such a commotion? Adol says Chung showed up last second, and in 15 minutes, he changed it all. Chung equaled Li Doyo's streak of 8 wins. He says that currently, Fengwu College students totally fell apart. Li Doyo, stunned, asks what shockingly impossible it is. The scene cuts to the auditorium. The fight still continues there. The audience shouts in total disbelief. They can't understand what they're seeing. They're saying, it's unbelievable, man. Never imagined a 1-15 miracle ever. Tables turn. Feng Wei is under pressure. If Chung beats the final guy, he'll achieve an amazing comeback. On the battlefield, Li Jiamu is there. A level 10 mixed martial artist stands in front of Chung, shaking nervously. He asks why he's got to be last, knowing very shortly Chung will beat him, become the champ. Why is he in this predicament now? Lidu shows up, questions Chung. A 17-year-old bullying a level 10 makes no sense. Li W asks Chung to fight him, not Li Jiamu. Zhang Lei yells it's total garbage, cause both sides agreed to the rules earlier. Ledoyev already left the stage, so he just simply can't come back. Ledoyev asks, he's merely level 12. What exactly is Chung afraid of? He asks again, will Chung fight him finally? Chung thinks somebody cool is now here. He feels a bit uneasy though, like something is slightly off. When fighting that Feng Wu student before, now's his chance to check it out luckily. Chung asks, since Li Doyu brought it up, why not both Li Doyu and Li Jimu team up on it? The crowd in Jingjing is yelling, telling Jingjing to be seriously careful. Li Dio's talent boosts casting speed by 30%. They say Jingjing, his older sister, also fell victim. Li Qian tells Yaman he'd certainly agree, knowing it. He would definitely agree to it. Yaman shakes his head, saying he would allow it. Zhang Lei says both sides agreed. The final match is Li Ju and Li Doyo's team versus Chung. Against Chung, Chimal Jamu smiled. Li Doyo jumped in the arena, telling Li Jamu to charge Chung, he'll handle the rest. Zhang Lei declares the final match starts now. The match instantly begins. Li Jamu rushes Chung, attacking with a quick punch. Chung easily dodges though. Switches boxing gloves, lands an uppercut on Li Jamu. Li Jamu goes flying from the impact. Airborne Chung attacks with rising dragon fist. Li Jamu is defeated very quickly. Everyone was thrilled and excited. Chung truly lived up to his name. One punch completely destroyed his opponent. Only Chung can fully utilize the vagrant class and reach his full potential. Suddenly a kid yells out. He warns Chung about Li Dai's lightning ball. Chung notices something's off with Li Doyu's attack. Seeing Chang's surprise, Li Doyu grins and asks Chung if he thinks it's a bit late for surprises. Li Doyu throws the lightning ball at Chung, yelling for him to die now. Chung remembers the lightning ball's cooldown is 5 seconds. Considering Li Do Stalin, casting should take like 3.5 seconds. He uses his telekinetic shield. He took 3 seconds to handle Li Jamu, meaning Li Do was half a second quicker. The lightning ball and shield clash. A huge blast makes a smoky mess. The smoke slowly clears out. Chung walks out and says the talent Li Doyo awake was broadcasting. It's basically impossible still for Li's cooldown. Doyo's lightning ball to become 3 seconds. Ching adds to this. Even if Li Dio tricked others, he would not be fooled therefore. Li Dio must have cheated and got the secret realm's second blessing. Chang asked again if correct. Li Doyu shocked that, even against his full lightning ball, Chang took it unharmed. Li Do tells Chang cut the crap, calling him out for false claims. The audience asks what Chang said, wondering about the secret realm's blessing. Someone asks how he's so clueless. Explaining the blessing is a special bug within the school's secret realm. English translation, please. Transector School's Fiery Chasm has 2 modes. Levels 1 through 10 are easy to beat. Beating them unlocks class Change Talent Awake. Levels 10 through 20 are medium difficult. Winners get a baptism blessing. It's like a special bonus power-up. But Manhwa College's Dewey's Groups level makes beating normal mode impossible. They must have had expert assistance. That's cheating. Every school forbids it. Hearing this, the crowd began yelling loudly. They demanded a Manhwa College investigation. Justice for Jiancheng College, they cried. Li Hian asked Yaman if he knew initially. Yaman said without Cheng's reminder. It would have been hard to see. Thinking it over, though, the casting speed is suspicious. Well then, he proposes checking management's data. Yaman wonders if Tian Fong disagreed early. China Fong gets up stating Cheng's loss. Means he's making stuff up, even with Cheng claiming. Li Doyu's casting has issues. China Fong says they missed something. So Cheng couldn't have known. Confused people start to concur, figuring those big guys didn't see it. Cheng couldn't have either. Cheng's perception's insane after all. Unbelievable even as a junior. All of a sudden, a kid stands up, says think about it. Cheng's way stronger than a normal junior. By a whole lot it's illogical. Cheng sees Tian Feng's trying hard to dodge Li Doyu's claims by striking first. Tian Feng grins. A junior reaching level 17, so fast he thinks. Cheng must be hiding something for sure. Cheng replies simply that he knows every skill very well. In every class, so obvious a problem. He saw it instantly. Chun Feng yells angrily, it's all lies. Cheng's a kid who's still in school, bragging about what he can do. Tian Feng yells Cheng's too confident. Hearing that, the crowd thinks Senior Cheng's cocky. Even if Cheng knows everything, he knows a few popular classes at best. People can only do so much alone. With all these classes out there, it's just impossible to know every single skill. Tain says Cheng's bribing shamelessly. He'll quiz Cheng and warns one wrong answer. Means Tain won't let it go easy. Time Feng asks Cheng to explain infighter skills. Hearing this about Well Driver, the crowd wonders if it's too niche. The audience thinks it's finished. That class is the worst of the three, known as total garbage classes. Nobody ever switches to that one, so schools don't teach it specifically. Thus, Chung Chaima cannot know anything about it. Tian Feng grins widely, thinking hard. Let's see Chung brag now, thinks he. If not for meeting a tough infighter way back when he was just a kid, he'd know nothing about this specific thing. Chung starts to explain, saying, Well Driver is an infighter basic skill. By stabbing the earth with the sword, infighters can briefly stun nearby foes for less than a second. Additionally, it boosts movement speed by 20%, attack speed 10%, jump power 50, lasting 10 seconds total duration. Upon hearing all of that, Teen Fang stunned. Did I just hear right? Chong knows infighter stuff unbelievably, and its details a total trash class to him. A kid asks if Chung is correct about that. A girl says obviously he is right though. She then points out that look at Commissioner Tian Fang's current face. He looks like he ate a big crap, which is very satisfying to witness. Cheng's on another level, they now think. One regular folks can't even imagine. Some still say even blind cats sometimes find dead mice. Cheng might just be lucky. Lin Doyu states, Chung boasts warlock expertise. So Lidioyo poses a question. Can Chen name the warlock's hidden trait? This question angers the crowd toward Lidoya. Skill inquiry felt excessive already. Now hidden trait talk seems ridiculous. It's a clear overreach, they believe. Lidioyo's shamelessness draws mockery. Chung responds with a question. Isn't buff adding a warlock thing? Embedding buffs within spells their ability. Learning incantations reveals this. Incantations have 5 elemental forms: metal and water, wood and fire, and earth, mirroring nature's properties. Consequently, incantation buff effects become diverse. Chung also explains Li Doyu's powerful lightning ball was from Li Doyu adding a metal incantation. Chung also mentions that Li Doyu absorbing life spirits is different. After he hit level 2 spell cast, his understanding is pretty basic. Chung finally wonders what's complex about this small thing. Li Jiao stunned, asking how Chung knows this. He shivers, saying this can't be happening. Li Jiao suddenly sits bowing down, right before Chung. Tayemfang lamins li dos, basta tale. Falling onto this wicked way. Tian Fang declares the farce ends now. He thinks results should be shared. Li Shan asks Tian Feng his opinion. Tian Feng sadly admits defeat, requests leniency for Feng Wei College, blaming everything on his own spite, and hatred totally blinded him. Li Shan makes an announcement. For the Bureau of Education, he speaks. Feng Wei College is disqualified and faces consequences. Following the investigation, the inter-school winner is declared. Jinshuan College, upon hearing this, students joyfully chant Cheng's name. They celebrate his victory. Yaman tells Chung something. Jianxin College can now officially say there's only one recommendation for Jianxin City's top 10 universities. This year it goes to student Cheng Quanma. Cheng asks Yamen about secret realms of the country's top 10 universities. Later in the headmaster's office we see Cheng reading about top universities. Cheng tensely ponders while reading why top 10 colleges lack first-rate dungeons. The ones that he seeks are nowhere in sight. His gaze fixes upon Xinyu University suddenly. Cheng wonders about Xinyu University's status. Despite many hidden areas within its grounds, it's not among the top 10 schools it astounds. Lei Chain says Xinyu University's old for sure, but it needs more stuff and greater sway to rival those top colleges in any way. Lyceum says 50 years prior recall, Xinyu University had realms beyond compare, and simultaneously, its students were quite great. It was the best school back in that date. Sadly, as time progressed and years did elapse, many fresh institutions came on the map, and their abundant hidden zones you see made things tough for Xinyu University. Consequently, its standing became shaky. Students needed constant boosts to their might for strength, but things changed one fateful night. For reasons unknown, Shinigami University's hidden areas were tougher than normal. By a huge amount, their students, who wanted to beat harder dungeons, faced these super tough ones. Over time, more folks quit, so their power dropped big time. Chung figures that of all the dungeons Xinyu University has, he needs many. Even though Xinyu's in bad shape, he doesn't really care. Chang smiles, saying, "You'll give the spot back to school, since you won an entrance exam, and pick a school he likes." Leighton's shock tells Chang, "Think it over. It's a one-shot deal, man. Quitting means major regrets later." Yamen pats Lichen's shoulder and speaks, "No need to overthink it." Yamen added Chang had his reasons. The school would honor Chang's choice, but they wouldn't let Chang lose out, so Chang could make requests. Chang gave them a document. He asked for some supplies. Smiling, Yamen accepted the paper. He told Chung he'd handle it. Yamen read it though. He was stunned. Was Chung robbing him? The scene changed to 10 High Cities Association. Xiaojiang said they found it. They got Novus Beach data. It should have Cheng's info. Xiaojiang asked Zhonglei to look. Zhonglei checked the data. He started wondering, what school made this genius? Zhonglei was shocked. Chung, he was a Jingang College junior. He pondered how this could be. Even more shockingly, Cheng's combat power was over 12,000. Shang Jiang said no wonder at level 15. Shang had killed a rare level 22 boss, and simultaneously fought Ding Hong and 21 others. John Li agreed, saying undoubtedly there was no question Chung would reach the world's top. Given Sia's current situation, they badly needed a true genius. They couldn't let others ruin them. Shen Yongjian urgently told Zhongli to check the phone. Zhongli saw it and asked, confused, how could someone's combat power be unknown? Zhongli wondered then if it might be another top expert. He was curious why this person was with Chang. Just then Shoyin got some news. He was informed that Moling University sent someone over. John Lei felt surprised, but went to the guest area anyway. Opening the door shocked him. Lots of Moling University parents were there. Inside they all started yelling. Their kids were top students, they said, but now they dropped 4 ranks for no reason. What they lost was way too much. They called Chung a real jerk, a total piece of garbage. They're all from Xia Nation though. Yet Chung still went way too far. They wanted Cheng's info, so they could find him and get answers. Then, John Hansen showed up. He's a level 3 red mage, and Moling University's vice principal. Hong Shun stated the people's demands were obvious. He asked Zhongli to tell them Cheng's info. Zhongli told Hong Shun in response he needed more time to consider this issue. Zhang Lei explained his understanding was Cheng wasn't to blame for this situation. The core problem of this event came from Moling school kids acting up. Zhang Li spoke up too. He couldn't just share other people's personal details. That would break Cheng's privacy. Hong Xin suddenly gave off weird vibes and asked, what happens if Mulan University insists on looking into things? Zhang Li thought privately. Cheng showed lots of promise. Cheng might be Xian Nation's only hope. And no chance would he allow Mulan University to ruin his destiny. Zhang Li started getting worked up as well, and asked Han Xiong what if he wanted to keep Cheng safe. Seeing them like this, Moling school parents got really scared. Hong Shun just started laughing, saying he knew Xiangli would not move, so he planned this all along. Hang Shin said before Zhang Li got there, he used Moling University's clout to get the main office's help. Info should arrive any second now. Shunli hearing this felt pissed, thinking Hongjun's a real jerk. Hongjun went around him, you see, asking headquarters directly for backup. It all depends on Chung now. The system screen then popped up, grabbing everyone's attention fast. Parents yelled, making it clear, saying Hankinson's top 5 strong. Even headquarters gotta respect the man. A big shot like him made a play. This was sure to succeed, everybody thought. Shockingly, though, for everyone, Hong's request was denied the system show. Even Hong was surprised and wondered. If his own personal request was denied even, Chung must have some serious connections then. The story begins. Inside a school classroom is shown. Students discuss the awakening test. Nobody knows their potential talent. A boy tells Chung Camo to wake up. Chung Camo is told to wake up. Chung slowly opens his eyes and sees the classroom. He's shocked and wonders where he is. Blue Star is the planet's name. It appears very Earth-like. A catastrophe changed everything 100 years ago. Monster attacks kill millions. Many humans die. Luckily, though, humans here possess unique talents. Passing the awakening trial is key, and changing your job allows fighting monsters. The world trains awakened people. They become world elites. Chung reflects back now. He ponders this reality being like Genesis, a game from his earlier days. He's seemingly crossed dimensions somehow. His old game world, now real life. Chung recalls back in the day. Every player he defeated handily. He was just a single small thing. From gamer greatness, unmatched globally. Skill limits, damage, cooldowns happened. He was no match versus the final big boss. The boss summoned endless little guys. Chung had felt totally lost back then. Now remembering how close he got irks him. Almost godlike, merely 1 foot from the top. The kid abruptly jostles Chung awake, asking him if he's got time to just daydream. Chung looks at this kid intently. Recognizes Li Hong, feels a happy surge. Says he's surprised Li Hong's here too now. Li Hong appears puzzled. He wonders about crossover's meaning. Chung seems playful right now. At this very serious time, Li Hong gets stressed, saying even bright kids struggle. Li Hong asks if top scholars worry too. Then what should he himself do? Chung looks at Li Hong and considers Li Hong's looks, and also his personality, almost like his past self. Relationships between people seem, and general surroundings in both worlds similar. Li Hong cries. He says he is really freaking out. This talent test is a one-shot deal. If he fails tomorrow's evaluation, his dad might actually end him. In Genesis, players triggered talent awake by simply getting to that awakening stone. In Novice Land, Li Hong is present. He's getting anxious now. He asks Chung about tomorrow's life or death thing. Could Chung maybe help him out a bit? Chung tells Li Hong to clarify the help he needs. Li Hong smiles. His needs are pretty simple. Just awaken his talent without a hitch. That'll make his dad totally happy. Li Hong was actually asking Chung for assistance. Cheng's always top 3 and full of bright ideas, hoping Chung can help him last minute. Just then in this moment, Chung thinks games are games, reality is real. His game skills are good, but still he wonders, how connected is this world to Genesis? Chung decides he'll check it out himself. Li Hong asks again if Chung found a way. Chung says, chill out, Li Hong, don't even worry. He'll go to the secret place and figure it out. Li Hong cheers excitedly, may luck be with Chung, and will buy him food for a year if successful. The scene changes to the training hall later. Inside the training auditorium, Chung overhears students talking. They want to handle weaker foes initially, but a girl disagrees. It's a bad plan. Weaklings drain lots of energy if they swarm. Ching sees a student shaking. He needs help. Elite monsters are so strong. He arrives at the apparent entrance. He's before the gate. Chung wonders how things will appear. The game becomes real. Entering bright light engulfs him. Ching opens his eyes. He spots a village. He's shocked it's exactly like the Genesis game's newbie village. The newbie village then. A screen materializes before Chung, displaying binding transformation system progress info. The transformation system is currently in progress. Chung is perplexed. He ponders the transformation system's nature. The info he reads provides an explanation that 2 qualifying active skills can be merged into one brand new passive skill. The passive skill's strength depends on character stats. Reading this makes Chung quite happy. He thinks if it mirrors the Genesis game, the system would be incredibly strong. Chung says in Genesis, 99% of skills have cooldowns and are active, making infinite active skill use impossible. Exposing weaknesses becomes very easy and leaves you open to counterattacks. Passive skills are always on though, without any cooldown limits. It only activates under certain conditions. As the level goes up, passive skills' chances of happening greatly increase. That's the reason they're super rare. Chung couldn't be a god in his past life. Skill recharge times held him back. This time, he has the transform system. Cheng's hoping it fixes his past mistakes. Right then, the screen tells Chung to pick a skill to chain. Chung chooses the wave/option. The instant Chung picks it, a sword materializes in his grasp. The screen shows the info. Wave/ is at level 1. It hits foes ahead with a strong upward cut, unleashing a wave, hitting enemies multiple times within 3 meters of him. The screen then says the passive change worked. Now wave/ has. Attacking has a 30% chance for wave/. Triggering wave/ turns it into sword energy, causing damage, getting a 15 times strength bonus. Plus users invincible briefly. Cheng's feeling happy. He sees the attack actually improved. Added damage is pretty sweet. A monster suddenly shows up. Cheng knows it. It's a level 3 Minotaur he recognizes. Tough training ground monster. The Minotaur then charges Chung. Chung thinks, good chance to practice real combat. Chung slashes back using his sword. Minotaur goes flying, then boom. Shockingly, Minotaur's fine though. No damage. Minotaur keeps attacking Chung. He expertly dodges. Chung remembers he's just level 1. Beating the Minotaur is really tough for him. Chung almost lost at one point. His sword broke, then suddenly, an alert popped up on screen. Wave/ was triggered, announced. The user's invisible now for like 0.2 of a second. Chung reads the message. He wonders if blocking triggered the passive, and also activated the damage bonus. Chung dodges the Minotaur's swing. He attacks with his busted sword. This time Minotaur goes down. Cheng's happy now. He gets at making the skill passive, fixed the cooldown problem, and made a new damage thing. This totally fixed what kept him from the top before. Last time now, this time around. Cheng's sure he can fix past screw-ups and become a true god. Chung was lost in his thoughts. Suddenly, another monster attacked him. Chung blocks and hits back easily. He quickly defeats the monster. Chung thinks that in the beginner area, he trained many hours, finally getting used to fighting again. For his past life, if he knows tomorrow's test level, waking Li Hong's talent will be simple. The screen tells Chung to pick the second. Change passive skill. Chung says early on, newbies often die to monsters. Their attacks are weak and skills slow. To recharge, since the first skill boosts attack, the second should speed up recharging. Chung picks the weapon swap skill. Following activation, there's 30 seconds. Weapon swap cooldown decreases by 30%. The passive transformation works perfectly, and every weapon swap cooldown time is now down 30% permanently. Chung checks his things and finds basic beginner weapons inside his backpack. With a weapon switch passive added, he can rapidly change weapons mid-fight. Chung examines his status window closely, and he becomes very enthused. The weapon cooldown problem is fixed. Early fights feel like he's got built-in cheats. Chung exits the village area presently. He'll just wait for tomorrow's test, he thinks. It's assessment day. Now the scene changes. Chung asks some kid about healing potion. The kid replies, yes indeed. His virtual bag has 9 full potion slots. Li Hong bursts in yelling, ready for command. His dad used money to obtain the map. Chung tells Li Hong to be quiet today, so people won't know his dad cheated. Li Hong understands and is nervous. Sorry for the excitement, he'll stay discreet. Chung sees the maps called Flame Fisher. It's Professor Lu's chosen realm, he says, and his standards are very demanding. It will likely be quite challenging. Chung thinks if he recalls things right. Monsters are levels 3 through 10 most, which should not be too terribly hard. Chung asks Li Hong a question then. What's the strongest thing he can solo? Li Hong says even going completely all out, he could probably kill a level 5. Chung is feeling quite stressed out. Li Hong's so weak he hadn't accounted for. Chung says then to the group, they will need to cheat for Li Hong too. Another boy cuts in. He asks Li Hong a question, wants to know if he'll buy his way in. The boy's name Ma Feng, a rich kid from the next class. Wei Hong gets mad, wants to fight Ma. Chung tells him chill out. Li Hong snaps, tells Chung to back off. He's going to settle things with Mao, even if it kills him. Mao thinks Cheng's more level-headed. Says Chung knows Li Hong's a bad sport. Li Hong stops in his tracks. Chung trips Mao with his foot. As Mao strolls past, Chung grins, no need for apologies. Mao is really angry now. Asks Chung if he's got a death wish. Mao throws a punch hard. Chung effortlessly halts his fist. Mao wonders about Cheng's strength tensely. Cheng asks Mao about a wager. Cheng proposes a bet to Mao. He states, Li Hong's assessment will definitely beat Mao's. Mao and friend are stunned initially, but they soon laugh about it. Mao asks if he heard Cheng right. A sure win bet. He can't refuse, but he'll decide the terms. The loser runs 10 playground laps, says Mao, naked yelling the winner's dad's name thrice. Mao asks if Cheng will accept the bet. Cheng agrees okay. It's a bet, he says. Everyone's stunned Li Hong, they murmur. The nobody wants to challenge the best student. Mao foam in this assessment. They're worlds apart. Everyone thinks victory's given away free. Li Hong tenses up, asks Cheng if he's nuts. He wonders how's beating Mao even possible. Cheng tells Li Hong to trust him. Stressed, Li Hong asks trust in what exactly. He says he wants to just pass. Show off to dad, get allowance money. Wise Cheng turning this into a big thing. A very anxious Li Hong is seen. He plops down on the ground. Cheng says get up and listen closely. Cheng whispers in Li Hong's ear. Upon hearing that, shocked Li Hong asks Cheng if he's certain. Cheng abruptly replies yes. Leon erupts in celebration. He jumps around yelling he'll make my phone run while screaming dad right then. Jianzhou College's grade director, Jiang Lei, says the assessment has officially started. An announcement called for each student to enter individually. Li Hong excitedly urged Cheng to observe his skills. Cheng then entered the evaluation zone. Flame Fisher was. Cheng recalled this dungeon as a giant volcano, totally filled with burning hot lava. Mean orcs and demons were the primary monsters. After scaling the rocky mountain, the peak contained Zalin, the dungeon boss. Cheng experienced a weird deja vu there. It had stated something. He had not played a newbie dungeon in ages. Suddenly, 2 level 2 Flame Blade followers, hideous green, weakling monsters, showed and attacked Cheng. Cheng jumped to evade, but oddly stopped himself midway. Now Cheng was encircled by many monsters. He remembered how back in the day, video games used keyboard and mouse control, but now it's all just natural body motion. Kong grabbed a beginner sword. These monsters were totally different, he thought. Not like the weak training ground ones. Fighting 5 felt kinda tough at once. Suddenly the info screen showed detection. The host combat experience was massive. Now, fully automatic body movement. Cheng wondered confusedly. Could combat experience really become a passive skill, he pondered. Transformation complete. Cheng's body felt totally different. A monster charged at Cheng. He jumped back automatically. Dodging Cheng countered with a hit. Cheng felt amazed by this change. He controlled every muscle totally. His automatic moves felt like his old gaming days. Confidently, Cheng told them bring it on. The monsters in rage charged at Cheng. Cheng decided to lure them straight and eliminate them all together. The monsters formed a line. Cheng seized the moment, slide tackled. Beginners start with active slide tackle. Cheng used slide tackle, then wave slash. His passive transformation, wave slash. He felt amazed. The passive triggered incredibly fast. Cheng realized something completely unexpected. A passive could stop attack recovery. Cheng easily wiped out all monsters. Due to special actions, the screen announced. His experience boosted by 50%, gaining 50 experience multiplied by 5. Cheng reached level 3, got 8 points. Cheng pondered. Could he actually get bonus experience via special monster kills? 5 monsters double leveled him up in a row. Cheng quickly ran off. With many basic skills and weapons, he thought. This was way more fun than that old virtual game. Genesis from his past life. The scene changed to the school. Students pointed at the scoreboard surprised, telling each other, look at names rising fast. They saw it was the guy facing my phone. Shocked that Cheng leveled up twice so fast. Under 5 minutes inside the secret realm and was now in first place overall. They got excited their school had a secret genius. Totally unheard of before now. John Lee wondered, could it really be him? He thought it was cool. Did Cheng have more surprises up his sleeve perhaps? Cheng slowly moved ahead, sensing other monsters nearby as he went. He looked around then. He observed shadow mage monsters with hellhounds. Cheng remembered an apocalypse-related glitch. He considered exploiting this glitch to avoid slow individual fights. For leveling up one at a time instead, he could possibly launch a major attack. Easier said than done though. Cheng knew success meant easy level. Leveling would become effortless. He used a grappling hook gun then to ascend a mountain. Cheng then produced a flying dart and hurled it at shadow mages. Feeling the dart's impact, the shadow mages engaged in combat. They attacked using shadow arrows. Chung explained their weak monsters. Shadow mages possess only two magics, shadow arrows and summoning hounds. Finding no targets, shadow mages dispelled their projectiles and reverted to their normal forms. Chung thought it was alright, since obstructing their sight worked well. Shadow mages couldn't attack him now. Turns out completion bar magic like shadow arrow couldn't hit things they couldn't see. With the initial success achieved, Chung considered the next move. He noticed when shadow mages cast magic, he had time to eliminate the monster dogs. Chung said this bug's next part was coolest. He explained the hound summoning priority was higher than that of shadow arrow, so shadow mages could only summon dogs. As Chung predicted, shadow mages summon hound. Seeing this, Chung was pleased. He'd successfully disrupted their routine. Now, since the shadow mages couldn't lock onto targets to attack, and abruptly switched from shadow arrow skill to summoning hounds, their logic went haywire. So shadow mages kept summoning hounds endlessly, even when their magic was depleted. They waited to have enough mana to repeat over and over. This glitch could summon tons of hounds. Ultimately, if someone just killed the shadow mages, the hounds would also die easily. Chung figured doing this would get him massive experience from hundreds of hounds, so he decided to nap, waiting for more hounds to accumulate. 8 hours later in the auditorium, students were shocked to see that senior Lu Jingjing was first to change jobs to firearm master just now. She was second, but suddenly, Lu Jingjing flipped it and hit level 10 first. Students saw Sun had become swordsman. They wondered if Sun could beat Zalin and obtain the Awakening Stone. Rocket class monopolizes top 10 spots currently. You must get into the class. In next year's placement test, John Lane noticed great students appearing. Amazing students started showing up gradually. He also wondered about Cheng's rank whereabouts. John Lay checked the leaderboard rankings. He was shocked Cheng was in last place. Students laughed at Cheng's position. Chung Kamo was a lucky idiot, just a blind cat finding a mouse. First place was taken back again. A girl agreed too, saying that was her thought. How could a true genius exist in third grade already, unnoticed until now? Jiang Lei figured the secret realm was open 12 hours, given Cheng's current leveling pace. He worried Cheng would not hit level 6. Worse, he doubted Cheng could beat the boss, Zalin, and awaken some talent. For hours left was announced, until the examination's conclusion. Someone asked Zhang Lei to check the leaderboard. The very last spot had shifted. Zhang Lei saw the leaderboard. He was shocked Cheng was ranking up. Quickly, John Lei wondered how Cheng did. The scene then went back a minute. Cheng woke from his power nap. Cheng looked around, surprised by many hounds. He wondered if there were too many. Cheng said 400 hounds looked awful. He grabbed the Gatling gun before firing. He happily pondered the levels these hounds give. Cheng commenced firing his weapon, eliminating shadow mages and canines in a massacre. He downed many with each kill boosting his stats as he leveled up accordingly. Chung grinned widely, remarking leveling like this felt truly great. He added that offing shadow mages individual would have proved way too exhausting. Suddenly his info screen displayed notifications. His passive skills were indeed leveling up. This pleased Chung greatly. Passive growth potential seemed quite strong. He wondered at higher levels what if a guaranteed, always triggered passive skill would simply just appear, then scene cut back. To present time, Chung topped the leaderboard. Every student was totally shocked seeing this. They muttered in disbelief in just 1 minute. Chung went from last place all the way to first by gaining a whole 10 levels. They wondered when Jenks College had such a guy. They even considered Chung a total freak, because nationwide you see, level 13 puts Chung in the top 3. One student scratched his head in confusion, yelling about getting old, never hearing anything this wild. Who the heck was this Chung piano guy? Then Joel Erlong showed up. Cheng's teacher said Chung was his pupil and asked, isn't Chung totally awesome? Hearing this, Joel Lei went to Joel Erlong. Joel tensely inquired, what's up, Director Joel? Joel Lei yelled, what's Shaw been doing? How could he have been so blind? Shaw felt really bad. Sadly said sorry to Joel. Such an amazing kid, you know. You should have told him way earlier. John Lai said he felt old too. Making such a mistake, he also said Cheng's skill was possibly Xiangjiang College's top talent. Since it opened, things moved to Cheng, who got congrats from the info screen. It said it was job-picking time. Cheng said in his old life, he was a top dog in the apocalypse, getting all the best titles for every class, but There was one way he hadn't gone. That was being a vagrant. A special type with no job change. A vagrant uses anything. And class limits don't matter. So many item traits could be combined and used really well, making them super flexible. Also, depending on the fight, items with perfect stats could be mixed. Easily equipped, yet its drawbacks were obvious. The damage output was insufficient, despite having numerous skills available. Essentially, he was without a profession. They were all just basic beginner skills. Chung said he could breeze through early game, but later he would be totally destroyed. Skills alone couldn't fix this weakness. Currently, he possessed a strong passive, solving the vagrant class major problem. This maximized the vagrant class potential. His info screen then displayed this. Chung never assigned his stat points. It automatically linked the vagrant soul. Hidden class Spellbender Chung was puzzled. Hidden class Spellbender in the hall. Zhang lay shocked by Cheng's vagrant pick. Students yelled, "Give us the talent, Chung. If you don't want it, we'll take it." He could have chosen literally anything. He picked the absolute worst option. John yells at Shaw loudly. He asks what Cheng's been learning daily. He then really starts shouting. A bum class, what a punk Cheng's becoming. Jiao sadly says he's misunderstood. Chung always wanted a crazy job. Whenever asked about his dreams, Dong says picking the bum class, a trash job like this one, means giving up on the future. Dong thinks Cheng's choice is dumb. A kid asks if the bum class sucks. Maybe Chung has a secret plan. Another boy explains that the bum class's best thing is using any job stuff. At the start, you can use many skills fighting monsters. It gives you tons of freedom. He admits wanting that flexibility himself, but one can only survive the early game. 'Cause mid to late game, things change. Switching jobs becomes impossible. Every skill remains basic level, and attack power is insufficient. Thus opponents easily overpower them. That dude adds such amazing talent is totally wasted in a dead-end job. Any future is pointless to discuss. Meanwhile, at the Divine Realm exam, Chung happily brags vagrant class is perfect, totally ideal for him. He's got that passive skill exchange, fixing the low damage weakness, using experience and old world skills. He'll maximize the vagrant's power. Still puzzled by Spellbanger though. Cheng's curious what it even is. He goes to investigate. He opens the Spellbender info. The screen displays as a spellbinder. He's unable to actively acquire skills from academies or groups. He only learns support skills bosses drop. Also, each level grants him 2 bonus stat points. Furthermore, every dungeon's automatically highest difficulty. Completing them rewards a level up. Reading this, Cheng's stunned. He wonders what. He cannot actively learn skills, but must beat dungeon bosses to get them. Cheng's thrilled, thinking this is perfect. He then proudly says he knows every dungeon in the apocalypse, completely memorized a unique advantage. Spellbinder seems pretty decent so far. Boosting passive damage is key, so he chose to boost his attack speed first. Chung went to battle some monsters, swiftly beating them with speed and precision. While fighting, he noted that using stat points wasn't simply numbers increasing. His physical skills had really gotten better. Attack speed, movement too. Even critical hit rate. This world was fascinating. A special item suddenly dropped before him. A demon book. Chung saw it and thought. He had a thought. It seemed like a junky hidden mission key. He opened and read it then. Chung became excited. He'd almost forgotten the special mission. He decided to postpone the boss fight and gather all the hidden stuff necessary to unlock that hidden mission first. 1 hour left on the exam. An announcement came as the test was ending. Students slowly neared the boss zone. The announcement went on. It said a final test awaited. If someone beat the boss and the awakening stone touched, they'd pass the exam then. Even Mac reached the end. Near boss Zala, Mac wondered if beating Zealine meant he could awaken. Mac charged Zealine, who used a strong skill. Sacrifice dealt constant damage to one. It also had a minor curse, lowering attacker stats. Mac felt rushed. If Zealine cursed him, he'd lose for sure. But he trusted his speed, fast enough to win. But Zalin's bite hit first. Zalin's side bit him, knocking him flat to the floor. Mac couldn't even get on his feet. The side biter struck once more, immediately taking him down. Mac was tossed from the testing zone. Upon witnessing this event, students were absolutely shocked and gossiped. Wasn't that guy like top 50 this year? How'd he totally bomb? Gifted kids faced some serious trouble. In prior years past, the last test was a level 10 boss. This year things changed though. This year's hidden area had a boss needing 5 fighters minimum. This situation was totally unfortunate. Just as Zaland used its magic, it was weak against close attacks, but those tough, thick-skinned guards protected it. Beating it seemed almost impossible. They wondered if this place was shelved for 10 years, because it was way too hard. Why'd the Education Commission reuse it? Back to Chung, he's sneaking around Zaland's place. Chung thought to himself, just getting stuff for the hidden mission. Already burned like an hour. Luckily Chung got to fight the last boss. Zaland Chung stepped right up to Zaland. The boss sent his animal squad to attack. Chung saw their speed and said, "These tough-skinned creatures are pretty quick. Too bad for them though. They're slower than him." Chung dodged like a gymnast real smooth, and easily beat those creatures, one after another. Chung thought to himself again, without the green guys protecting, Zaland casting magic has no escape route. Zaland tries a sacrificial attack move, but Chung swiftly kicks Zaland away, sending it soaring through the air. Knowing time is short, Chung quickly grabs a gun and attacks Zaland. Even after 10 direct hits on Zaland, it barely does any damage. Chung thinks all 10 bullets landed and struck their mark perfectly. He seems to have lost his famed skill, human aiming machine, from his past life. Zaland then goes berserk, and Chung quickly changes weapons. He thinks to himself, leveling up fighting skills is handy. It hides any weaknesses. Chung then attacks Zaland's legs directly. As he does, he says, a simple leg sweep briefly knocks someone down. Chung offered no apology though. Chung said his sweep targeted Zhang's weak spot. Upon striking Zhang's lead bones, they'd shatter. They would instantly break. This dungeon's challenge required teamwork between 3 creatures. Zaland's basic fighting skills were poor, but combined with strong monster defense, it was a lethal combo. Once beasts stalled for Zaland's sacrifice spell, they would be unstoppable. Chung saw Zaland lose skull protection. He quickly acted. Chung attacked, knowing one hit KOs Zaland. Meanwhile, Jingjing and Sunk exited test. Jingjing claimed first place to Sunk. Sunk said yes, confirming she was correct. He congratulated her too. He was saying his errors caused the bad exam results, so he wasn't upset about losing. Suddenly shocked, Sunk told Jingjing to wait. The top name wasn't hers, he pointed out. Sunk yelled, "How's this even possible? Reaching level 10 is needed to switch classes." Stunned, Jingjing also yelled. She lost to that perpetual last place loser. Li Hong others reassured her, saying, "First place is definitely hers, no worries." They agreed that's absolutely right. Li Hong's a level 7 nobody. Could he beat those 3 level 8 monsters? Li Hong must have cheated for sure. Someone stated a fact. Director Zhang summoned him to the office. Sunk added, Jingjing already knows how regular class trash acts. They'll cheat to win. Jingjing agreed. Li Hong cheating wouldn't shock her. It would be totally unsurprising. The scene changed to the dean's place. Liu Yamen, Jingjing's education head honcho, yelled, asking did Li Hong cheat. Li Hong quickly said no. He aced the test, he didn't cheat. Yamen hollered, Li Hong's still lying. He asked about the chief's look. Li Hong knew nothing. Li Hong insisted he did it solo. Yamen shouted, wanna be Jianzhou's first student ever expelled. Yamen continued, whoever helped cheat will face a full investigation. The school's all over this. Nobody's getting off scot-free. Li Hong freaked out, then apologized. He started saying sorry. He badgered Chung for help. He confessed it's all his mistake. Yamen, please, don't penalize Chung. Li Hong then explained. Chung said, reaching the end, ID find a fort. In a path ahead, he instructed to stay right, to avoid every monster completely, and sneak right behind the big guy. Li Hong added their sight is limited. They won't even bother attacking. For victory, I needed to grab that awakening stone quick. Yamen, stunned by all this, then inquired. Chung Kai Mo Fair School hides a secret ace. He quickly turned to Jiang Lei asking, what about Cheng's scores this time around? Jiang Lei stated Chung just broke records, easily hit level 13, but hasn't come back yet. He showed Yamen Cheng's full exam video. Yamen watched the recording, then laughed and said, this guy Chung here, his potential's unlimited, man. Other students exited the secret realm. They expected Jingjing and Sunk outside already. The exam was finished. The crowd still wondered about Chung though. He hadn't left the secret realm yet. 15 minutes remained on the examination. They figured he'd reach a high level, but it was pointless, he would fail the exam. The scene cut to Chung. He was going to touch the awakening stone. He paused. He knew touching it ended the exam. The examination would end immediately then. Chung decided to wait before touching the stone. He wanted to finish the hidden mission first, before he ended the examination. Chung grabbed the hidden mission items: the demon book and burning obsidian, withered wood, translucent crystal, broken sword, and finally, the hound skull. Chung explained that combining all 6 items would summon the great boss talisman. Upon combining them, a massive monster talisman emerged. Roar. Who dares awaken him from slumber, he asks. Tangman, a level 12 elite demon warrior, immediately targeted Chung. He charged towards Chung without hesitation. His sword struck the ground with great force. The earth cracked and shook violently. Chung easily dodged the attack. As smoke cleared, Tangman saw Chung alive. Chung thought to himself, Tangman truly is that hidden boss. Chung realized Tangman was way stronger than Zalin's 3-person team combined. His strength is his biggest plus, but his flaw is plain to see. He's not quick on his feet. Chung figured keeping Tangman controlled and limiting his attack range would guarantee victory in this match. Chung mocked Tangman's clumsy moves, suggesting more training was needed. Tangman, enraged, charged at Chung fiercely. Chung used a basic grappling move fast. Sand throw blinded Tangman to set up his next attack. This attack left Tangman totally blind. Sand throw throws sand right at the enemy. A direct hit lands successfully. The enemy's hit rate drops big time, and their vision is limited for 3 seconds. Chung says sand throws not super strong, but it's perfect against slow, clunky foes, like Tangman, to really slow them down. Tangman's passive skill suddenly activates. It lasts 1 second, breaking Overlord's hold. Chung figures Tangman's legit, strong, worthy of title. Secret boss, but Cheng's turn to attack now. Chung sets off the self-destructing robot. Starts with a slide tackle to near Tangman. Even after connecting, Chung knows Tangman's a heavy hitter. The slide tackle won't make him fall, so he follows up with an uppercut. Chung hopes to make Tangman dazed. When Tangman gets dizzy, Chung backstabs him using a dagger. Chung then gives Tangman a huge front kick. The kick sends Tangman towards the exploding robot. It blows up right then. The explosion weakens Tangman a bit, but he's still getting up. Chung charges at Tangman angrily, yelling, and tells him don't even try it. Chung hits him again. Tangman crumples to the earth. Chung states Tangman's strength is irrelevant. If restrained during combat, he's harmless. Chung fires his blast gun at Tangman, grinning farewell to Tangman. Chung just beat Tangman. Now he's number 1 ranked. Every student's stunned and yells in disbelief. How'd unawakened Chung get first place? Students keep asking, is the rank not about finishing first? That's a logical miss. They're yelling Cheng's a cheater. The students and bystanders start thinking it's actually plausible, because how else could Chung not be out yet? Maybe he was just too chicken to see everybody. Anyway, when the clock runs out, those inside the hidden place get kicked out, so they just watch the show go down. Yaman said these kids were clueless to Zhang. Chung would totally leave before the test was over. Zhang started thinking to himself right then. He had not seen Commissioner Yaman in a long time, so worked up he was, wondering why the heck Yaman was so positive Chung could finish that test on time. With 1 minute left on the test clock, the focus was back on Chung. The screen showed winning the fight got him 50% more for completing it. Chung received extra reward info. He just had to blurt out. Looks like doing that secret mission was worth all that hard work, paid off for sure. But Chung switched to Vagrant Spellbinder class. He pondered the Awakening Stone's effectiveness. Chung reached out, then touched the Awakening Stone. Right after that, the system announced his successful exam completion. His awakened talent showed transformation skill had reached level 2 due to his Spellbinder class. 2 more skills could now transform. He could transform 2 skills total now. Chung got travel boots out of 4. Also for beating the secret boss, he obtained a basic critical hits book, boosting critical hit rate by 20%. Reviewing the rewards, Chung was pleased to transform 2 more skills. He transformed the Gatling gun first. Now, any firearm attack he launched had a 25% chance to shoot 10 Gatling gun bullets random. All guaranteed to hit. Chung was thrilled reading this. He realized a perfect hit rate meant less work in future fights. He wondered if stronger monsters could be defeated by him. Shun said same level monster fights lowered all his stats automatically. Accuracy and critical hits especially. He often explained that he usually died way before he could kill the monster, but his special ability helped him. Survival meant slowly weakening, a strong boss over time. Until one form remained, it would be dead. Chung carefully considered things. Limited transformations were a thing. The best ability was needed badly. To be as strong as he could possibly be, Chung made his flight skill a passive. It became known as wide swipe. After the change, attacking had a 10% knockdown chance for all foes in a 10-meter area. Chung felt happy. Compared to that energy-draining airborne skill, the wide swipe used barely any energy. With its big attack range, wide swipe could knock down many foes, making it perfect for Chung. He asked the system to show his stats. Looking at the status display, Chung saw his combat power near 10,000. He thought to himself, once he went to Apocalypse mainland, he would have a fighting chance at least. It was time to leave the realm, finally. The scene changed to the auditorium. The system said the exam was over, and the secret realm was closing. A bright light shot from the realm gate. Shockingly, Chung emerged successfully. He woke up and escaped the dimension.